Hello oneness, and it's been before I start, this is a 360 video, so you can move around as you want, and I'm gonna publish like this because otherwise I have to edit everything, and so I want to share with you my update about the fasting I've been doing. It's now 2 days and a half, so it finished like midnight, and I started on the 1st, from the 31 to the 1st on January, and at this midnight, yeah, we are on the 3rd day, so it's gonna be 3 days, but I'm feeling that I can start to ingest food, and I'm gonna start with fruits. I'm not gonna exaggerate. I'm gonna start maybe with a mango or something like that, and then I'm gonna change completely my diet. So I want to give you some nice tips for if you're doing this, and how you can do in the best way and not suffer any consequence, and also to not return to something that's not gonna be healthy for you, and then you're gonna gain weight again and be even worse than before. So there's some things to keep in mind, so I'm gonna share with you right now. So yeah, just listen and stay focused, because this is very important. It's all the steps you need to do. So in my case, I think I already know what happened. So first of all, a new member in the family, so I wanted to, to be a father and feed the baby, and all of this, and also I'm worried about her, my wife, for her to eat and to be healthy and to be filled up to feed the baby. But then I think that affected me in a sensible way. So this thing that even if you are a man, you can share these feelings and these symptoms, and that's maybe what I felt. So instead of making her more fat or something, I made myself fat just by feeling, And another thing is I stopped my gym. So like I was speaking with my mom, and she's a very sport and very strong woman, and she always loves to do man stuff and to make gym and this, and she understands a lot of diets and everything. And she said most of the famous people that practice gym for a very long time, and then they stop all of a sudden, even the most famous ones, they start to become fat. So what happens? Even if before I didn't become fat and I didn't practice gym, what's the difference now? I think one of the things that really happened also is I reached 30 years old. So I know age could mean nothing, but also could mean a lot, because our cells in the body start to change from start to age, right? And then they are not as fast as when we are young, and so maybe the process is now slower on my body than before, even if I'm doing everything I can to be as spiritual and mental control state and control my body. There's some things that it's almost uncontrollable. We have no way how to really control it, but we can make the most out of it. So I think reaching 30 years old, become a father, stop gym, and add this vegan chemical stuff diet, which is not really chemical, but it is, because it's not natural. It didn't come from any source. It was invented and created and mixed, and even though there's not much things that can damage, There's no sugar, there's no palm oil, there's no fats, there's no sugars, like I said before. There's no unhealthy oils in it. I mean, it's not GMO. So what is inside? It's this starch. Starch and coconut oil. Coconut oil is okay. But I mean, there must be something there, or the starch itself, that when in this form that they are giving this food, because it's so delicious, man. It's really delicious. It's more delicious than a real burger, or it's more delicious than when I buy the cheese, than the cheese itself. It doesn't. It smells, but it doesn't have this very strong smell like the other cheese. So it's good, man. When you start to eat this, yes, but it's not good when you become fat, you know. And I didn't think that this would cause me to become fat, but I think it played a role, yes. And together with all of it as a whole, because nothing is separate, so many things are changing. I'm having way more responsibilities than before, so this can cause some kind of stress and overwork. Then I'm working overnight and sleeping during the day, so it's all getting out of balance a little bit. So how can I say it's the food fault or it's this fault? No, I have to think that everything is together. So if my body rests and heals during the night, if I'm working overnight instead of heal and detox, and then when I arrive from working overnight, I arrive here at home, it's almost morning, and I'm eating cereals and lots of sugar stuff, not direct sugar, because otherwise I would choose another type of cereals, but those cereals are made of sugar, some kind of sugar. So all of this together, and I eat like a very big dish, you know, like a soup dish, a very big one, and it's never enough. I eat a lot, you know. So in order to keep all of this, and my routine is not helping because I don't practice anything. I pick up the car to do everything. I don't walk mostly, and no sport, nothing. Sleep, awake, work, and not really. My work is to sit in the desk and create music and all of this. So there's no actual physical workout, you know. There's nothing to spend all the energy I eat. So yeah, and when you reach 30 years old, and all together with all of this that I said to you, that might be the cause, and that might also be the cause for you. So that's why I'm making this video, because maybe you are not realizing what's making you fat or this or that or unhealthy in those aspects. So what I did during my fast was just tea, like moringa tea and some acai, which is a Brazilian berry tea, and some other plants tea, okay, to keep me warm, because it's winter and I cannot just struggle myself with being way too over exaggerating, you know, with myself. I have to respect my body and mind and soul, so I cannot just say let's asphyxiate myself with this or that. No, I have to give it a little bit space to work. So I put some teas. The teas, if you exaggerate in the teas, can dehydrate, so you have to keep drinking water. But the thing is, I'm starting to dehydrate, I feel, because even drinking like 2-3 liters of distilled water, which is difficult in the winter, I'm still feeling dehydration. So I can feel in my mouth and saliva and this. And I started to feel lots of hunger yesterday, and now I'm feeling much more. So the feeling of feeling hunger when you are fasting, it's like the feeling of, in your mind, it's like the feeling, and in the body, because the body is sending the answers from the stomach, but that can be controlled in your mind. But then in the mind, it's like when you are not in control of your mind, you are receiving those answers from your body, but then you have to be able to control your body through your mind, because your mind is detached from the body. It can feel everything the body feels, But then you control your body through your mind, because it's a power that the body does not have. It's like a mind. It's mind, right? But it's like a brain, right? A processor. So it's the processor of the body. So you have to enter your mind and control your body, reactions and feelings and emotions and all of this. So you have to silence a little bit your body, and the way it feels, it's like trying to quit smoking or trying to quit some addiction. It's almost exactly the same feeling. I know it's different circumstances, but it's basically the same, because you are telling your body that you don't have to eat, and your body is saying, yeah, give me food, but you don't give. So you are fighting, right? But the first time is the most difficult, but then the next times can also be hard, because you already know what you are going through, and then your mind starts to play some tricks on you, like, hey, you remember this food, very delicious, and you are like, no, get out of it, because, for example, it's her birthday tomorrow, and that's another reason why I'm gonna stop, because it's unfair to have one of the most delicious things we ever try, vegan, which is a chocolate vegan cake. It's made by I know it's gonna have sugar there, but hey, sometimes we have to give some good stuff like delicious stuff to our body. That does not go way out of the healthy state. So yeah, and I had the idea, okay, let's command the cake for her birthday, a chocolate vegan cake. It's not a usual cake for birthday, but yeah, let's go. And she also loves it, and then I went to work, right? And then I'm there, I command, and then I start to work, and then my mind is like, this cake is so delicious. You remember the cream? And I'm like, no, get out of my mind. And these are the things that you start to fight. So if you obey those first emotions right, and feelings right on the start, then you won't be able to even reach 1 day or 2 days. But I only started to feel hunger in the second day. So that means in the first day my body was still using lots of my body resources, and that's good. That's what I wanted. So I started this, and I was already 93 kilos around. And I checked just now, and I'm already 91. And I know I'm gonna go even more, but then I'm gonna start to eat. So what's gonna happen? The body's gonna gain a little bit more weight, but at least already detoxed most of it, which most of it are toxins from the body. I also drink my urine, not a lot, just a cup or two per day, and this exactly told me what I have to change and what I have to consume from now on. So maybe the urine part you might not be able to do, but I tell you to try, because it's a very special experience, and it can direct you to something that you never expected before, in a good way, in a very positive and corresponded way. Have you ever wondered how you can receive communication from your soul and God so easy? That's one of the facts that I experience myself when I do that. So I believe that the urine has some kind of higher connection. I even believe that could be the liquid, the soul in liquid form. I don't know, some kind of thing that is kind of spiritual together. It's like physical, mental, and spiritual at the same time. So it tells you exactly what the body, what's happening in your body, what you have to change, and what's being happening. And also you start to be able to control more your mind, and then you start to receive answers and communicate better with the soul. So it's a body, mind, soul thing. It's very powerful, and you will know exactly what you have to eat, what you have to drink, and how much water you have to drink more. It's like your own doctor. So and your own God and your own control mind. It's very powerful. So I'm gonna reintroduce the food, and I'm gonna start with a couple of fruits, and I'm gonna only start the gym tomorrow when I'm already rested and filled with some nutrition in the body. I might recover some weight, but then when I hit the gym and start to exercise, then the body will know that now it's time to pack up all that I have and I have clean in the body and start to release this overweight and start to transform into muscle and all of this. So it will enter in another state which I couldn't before if I hit the gym right away. So it's something to keep in mind, because if I'm over 90 kilos and I hit the gym without any detox, without any weight loss through fast or something, or through any other type of diet, then I'm just gonna convert that weight into muscular mass, and I don't want to be overweight and feel myself heavy with lots of muscles. I want to be a sport body, like not over exaggerating, like athletic body, and still feel like a little bit lightweight, that if I feel to run, I can run, and not feeling like you know. So yeah, something to keep in mind. So one things that you have to avoid. You have to avoid bread. If you eat a piece of bread, then it's the only thing that you can eat in the entire day. No other carbohydrates like potatoes and rice and pasta. All of these you have to avoid if you eat bread. So that's why I say to avoid bread. And it's going to be hard because I love bread, but I already experienced to be a time before that I never consumed bread. So I can do that again. It's hard, but you just have to change your mind and give another thing that can replace the bread to you. So even a banana, for example, it can replace in the same plate of food. So no bread, no sugars, no processed food, and you have to eat as much veggies you can. Even if they are cooked, you eat most of it instead of carbohydrates like rice, like pasta, even quinoa. I have black rice, quinoa, and all of this I will have to reduce. My mom said you cannot eat a whole glass of quinoa and rice. You will have to reduce as much as you can that, and increase the amount of vegetables that can fill you up and sustain you. And maybe you have to start to ingest some eggs and some sheep or goat yogurt, which are unpasteurized, so it's like in raw form. So it has the good bacteria and fermented, and you will have the B vitamins in the egg, and then the proteins. The egg is complete, right? But then you are gonna have the B12 that you are missing when you are vegan. And perhaps she is right, because when we are vegan and I don't take any vitamins or pills or anything, this might be also a cause of missing some kind of nutrition, and in that way causing an imbalance in the body. So who knows? It could be everything, could be some things, but everything is working interconnected. So yeah, and increase the amount of vegetables. You have to check some of the things that you are gonna ingest, the calories. If it's over calories, you gotta read the ingredients of everything you take. So for example, yogurts and all of this, you have to see what kind of things you are ingesting, if there's sugar, if there's starch, and if not, you should go always through the natural stuff and reduce the amount of food. Because even if you are eating just vegetables, for example, and they are low in carbohydrates, it's good, but then you are also feeding the size of the stomach. So if you increase the size of the stomach more and more and more throughout time, then what's going to happen is that it will happen that you will always have to ingest more food and more food. And if you are ingesting more food, then you have to become bigger, and you also have to train even more. So and you're not gonna overtrain it, right? So one of the things is intermittent fasting is not eat during the night, which means from sunset to sunrise you don't eat, just liquids. You can drink tea, you can drink distilled water, but then no food at all. No fruits, juice, nothing. Just water or tea. And you eat only during the day. And then, I'm speaking right now, but I didn't eat yet. And the time is passing. But, and only during the day. But then, if you're gonna train to lose that weight, then you should have some kind of app in the phone that helps you to tell you what you can do most to spend the most of the calories. But my mom said you should hit the gym for 2 hours and obligate your body to pass through the intense exercising to spend all those calories, bicycle, the bike, right, and the walk, and then this kind of exercises that we don't like to do when we are in the gym, but we have to do, like at least half an hour, 45 minutes to spend all those calories, and then hit the gym, because otherwise you're gonna just get bigger and instead of reducing weight. So, and then lots of abs and this, so to reduce the belly fat. So in the morning, if you're gonna hit the gym, the maximum you should have is start with water. Distilled water, you can drink at least half a liter, and then if you are like you need some kind of vitamin or something, you just drink like 100 milliliters of juice. Maybe you can do your own, ginger and orange and some banana a little bit. You give it to have a boost in the gym, but I recommend to not even consume anything, because just water. Because when you are lightweight in the gym, you feel so much more powerful and more better to exercise than to have something filling up your body. So imagine if you have breakfast and then you go hit the gym. You're gonna feel heavy, you're not gonna exercise as much. So you're gonna ingest more calories, and then you're not gonna be able to spend them because you are too tired, and then everything goes ruined. So you gotta change the perception and change everything, every single detail in your routine in order to achieve what you really want to achieve. And in this case, you want to lose weight and exercise and to change your routine and have a healthier life and become more who you truly are and who you truly feel more comfortable with. So that's the steps. If you have any question or something, you post in the comments below. I can make another video about that. And yeah, let me know. The more juicing you can do with vegetables on your own, I have a juicer, a manual juicer extractor, which is very good. I'm gonna choose some of the things like beetroot, ginger, and all those things really help, and not much of the fruit in the juicing, because you are taking out the fiber. So you need to eat the fruits, yes, but in their raw, natural form. No processing, no extraction from anything. So that's the best way. That's why juicing fruits is not good, because it's gonna have, you know, processed sugar, so it's not good for you. So you can do that more with veggies, yes, but not with fruits. Fruits you should eat them in the raw form, because it will have the fiber and it will conduct the sugar and everything in a natural way and not unnatural way. So yeah, like if you are in the tropics, it's much easier because it's hot, and then you can consume as much fruits you want in their raw form, and the minimal exercise you do, you are always sweating. So yeah, it's much easier. But here in the winter time, it's much harder, but it's not impossible. So yeah, this is WAAO Love channel, and you are watching Ivo Artur, and yeah, see you in the next video.